Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to take a look at just cleaning up our backgrounds. So quite often with wildlife photography in particular, we don't always get into the position we want and look after our background as best as we can. So we're going to take a look at how we can take a messy image and just clean it up a little bit to make it look a little bit more pleasant. Now onto the editing side of things. So I just want to clean up the background. I want to get rid of a lot of these sticks and make a nice clean looking image. So first thing I like to do is make a copy. Control or Command and J will make a copy of our image. Okay, so now that I have my copy, I'm going to create a background layer. So if I just come down to our little plus symbol and we can hit plus, and that will make a new layer, a blank layer. What I want to do is create our background. So I just want our background to be plain blue. So if I come up to my eyedropper tool, which is this tool right here, you may need to click on it, and we want the eyedropper. I'm just going to sample the blue in the background. Then if I come to my brush tool, make sure I'm on this layer here, grab a nice big brush, and there's our background layer. Okay, so I just want the background to be the blue sky. Now, if I grab this second layer, just drag it on top. So now I've got my bird on top, and then I've got the background layer underneath. If we create a layer mask on that top layer, grab a black brush. So brush tool, just alternate between black and white, make sure we're on black. And I'm just going to roughly start to get rid of the bits that I don't want. Okay, so just with a black brush, we're now blacking out the bits that we don't want. And it just can be pretty rough at this stage because we will go in and tidy it up. Okay, I don't want those sticks coming out above the head. This stick's fine. All that in the background can go. All of that in the background can go. So I'm just doing a very rough sketch of what I want and what I don't want. This stick here can go. Just make our brush a bit bigger and smaller. Okay, so somewhere around about there looks pretty good. Okay, so that's looking a little bit better. Now, if we zoom in, we're going to see that our background has changed color a little bit. So I'm just going to come in, just paint out those bits that we don't want, and try and get it as neat as we possibly can for starters. So that's already looking pretty good. Okay, now you're going to see, don't know how well it'll pick it up on YouTube, but there's definitely areas that aren't quite as nice as others. So it's just a matter of get our brush nice and big. If you right click, make sure your hardness is down at 0. That'll give you a nice soft transition between your brush. Okay, there's a few spots down here, and we're just going to go around, tidy up, bring as much of that blue in from our background as possible. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Now, we can do it pretty rough at this stage because what we'll do is we'll do our finishing touches. And again, there's a bit in there that's just not quite right. Now, if we switch back to our white brush, make our brush nice and small, and we can just kind of paint in those areas we want. And you'll start to see the background mixing in with the foreground, okay? And just by simply alternating between black and white, we can get in nice and tight and just kind of tidy it up a little bit. That's looking good. So where we've got the stick, again, if we just alternate between black and white, so I'm going to use my white brush and make the brush nice and small, and we can make that stick look like it's a broken stick, okay? So rather than it going all the way up and through the image, just with a nice small brush, we can just kind of paint little areas like that. So now it looks like it's a bit of a broken stick. We could probably even get rid of the one behind its head. So let's just go back to our black brush, black out the bits we don't want. Okay, and just get in nice and tight. Okay, so don't be afraid to zoom in. And it is a little bit tedious, but look, this way it's a good way of doing it without relying on AI. It does a good job. And then if we come in under here as well, we're just going to remove that stick from behind the bird's face as well. And then again, we might just leave this stick. I'm going to try and find a little bit of like a gap in the bark. So there's a nice little gap along there where that we can make that look like a bit of a broken stick. Okay, and then just tidy up a little bit like that. So now we've gone from that to that. So we've just tidied up our background, made it look a little bit cleaner. And again, the longer you spend on it, the better it can get. You're going to see little areas like this where we have color shifts. We're going to have a color shift between our foreground and our background. So by using a nice big soft brush, just slowly feather in as close to your bird as you can. And then again, alternate between black and white and then start to paint in the bits that we do want. Okay, so I can see that it's sort of starting to come through the head there. Okay, and that's done a pretty good job. And again, like just alternating between your brushes, I can see a bit down here that looks a little bit off. We might want to include that stick back into our image. Okay, we can pick and choose which part. Okay, you might want some of that, the leaves in the background. Okay, just alternate between black and white, get rid of those sticks maybe, leave some of that, the leaves coming down the top. Okay, so very flexible way. And again, learning layer masks is a great place to learn in Photoshop. Very powerful. Layer masks are fantastic. You don't need AI these days. It's all there in Photoshop. We can do what we need to just with some layer masks. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching. Hopefully next time I see you, I will be live. So, good morning, Hervey Bay, Queensland. Birds everywhere. I literally just walked in, I got a kingfisher. Bee eaters everywhere here at the moment. Yeah, I do like with all 4 of them on the tree. That was nice. So back to my theory with camouflage. Okay, now this is going to be an out there theory, but I just have this theory. Okay, like what are most predators for animals, and how do they capture their prey? By camouflage. So if I was a bird, and if I was as smart as a bird, I would be very wary of anything moving that looks camouflaged. Where if I'm wearing bright colours, my bright blue hat, my bright green shirt, they can see me. So I'm not a threat. Where if I was camouflaged and, you know, something was moving in amongst the bushes, they'd be thinking, oh shit, what's that? Not sure what that is, so they'd disappear. By having nice bright colours on, I just don't think I'm as much of a threat. Well, they can see me clear as day. They can hear me as clear as day. Come towards me. Come on, fly. Yeah, oh, I flew into the bushes. Trying to hold the camera as still as possible without tripping over. Oh God, I just lost focus then. Don't do that. Wow, this is nice and close. And yeah, I've never had problems getting up close to birds. The feathered kind, that is.